After a lot of begging, my family decided to let me sleep next to my mother for a while. The first few nights were very calm and normal. I slept very easily and peacefully, and I still kept the camera on above my head every night until morning. After a week, when I was sleeping next to my mother had a dream. Exactly in the same room where we are sleeping, the creature came and is bothering me. My tongue was locked and I could not speak. But I was just pointing to a corner and it was close to me. It was getting wet. He suddenly started hurting me. My mother was trying to save me. She screamed so much in her sleep that my father came from the bedroom and tried to wake her up. My father was sleeping in the back room because it is at the end of the hall and has a good view of the whole hall of the house. My mother fell asleep again. Half an hour later, my father, who had left the door of the room open and was still sleeping, had his eyes closed. When he heard the sound of electric switch a few times, he thought that we were going to turn off the extra lamp, and the loud noise echoed throughout the house. A loud sound echoed throughout the house, a sound similar to the sound of something heavy and solid hitting somewhere in the house. We all woke up. My dad came to see that we were still awake, and no one even gave a hint that we were the cause of that noise. In short, we were all awake that night until the morning. And I did not touch the camera to record until the morning. In the morning, I watched recorded videos carefully. Each and every sound was recorded. It even seemed like a shadow was walking in the hall and came and went from the bathroom door to the hall. That movie was something I could prove with. A few nights later, my mom would wake up at night for no reason and think that something was drawn from her head to her toes, something like a special atmosphere. When he opened his eyes, he saw the same black aura that crossed the path until he changes his direction and comes towards me. He disappears. I saw another video where I got up in the middle of the night, looked up and spoke a few words. It was very strange for me because I never had a problem with sleep or sleepwalking. But it was not clear what I said. Tomorrow morning, when I woke up and went to the bathroom, I felt a moment someone grabbed my arm tightly. So I felt the pressure and it was hard for me to move my hand. God knows how hard I managed to pull myself out. Later that day, we called Dura Nevis and I went to him. He did a lot of work for me, which was long. Needless to say, I was very sick at that time. I felt like I might pass out. I was dizzy, had a severe headache, and my eyes were black. For a day or two, I was still feeling bad and had a severe headache, so that I woke up at night, but after a while, I got better again, thank God. When all this happened, my fiancé saw me in a dream one night that 4 elves were bothering me when I was sleeping. He tried to stop them, but he couldn't. A big elf came with a big hat on his head to cover his face. Only this hand with his long fingers was visible. It was that he burns the other 4. And the other 4 tell him that we were hired by 4 different people, that is, 4 different magicians with magic. I wish that everyone who helped me in this case will have a good ending, both that good genie and the people of this story. I thank God for his angels.